the Jewish people be put to death. And so the king looks at her and says, you know what? That is not going to happen. I'm against that. I've heard what Mordecai has done. Well, we're not going to do that. So the really cool thing, this just shows God's sovereignty and God's vengeance if we just leave things alone, is not only was her people saved, but Haman was expelled from the kingdom. He was destroyed, and Mordecai was placed as second in command. I believe a big misconception in Christianity a lot of times is that once you're a Christian, well, God's in control. I can lay on my couch, I can eat potato chips, I can do whatever I want to, and if it's God's will for this person to go to church, or if it's God's will for, this person to be saved, well, God will take care of it, because, I have nothing to do at this point. I'm a Christian, and that's all I'm responsible for. However, we see in the story of Esther that is not true. Even though God was in control behind the scenes by allowing Esther, a Christian woman, to be queen, by allowing Mordecai to be able to expose the death plot of the king, by allowing King Xerxes the night before the final banquet to just happen to read that page, when Mordecai had spared his life. We see God was preparing the way and smoothing the path all along for this. But it took Mordecai and Esther's willingness to act for this situation to be resolved. God works through those who are willing to act. At this very moment, the situation that you are in, whatever God is calling you to do, He's already preparing the way for you. He's already smoothing out the rough edges. He's ready for you to go, and now it's time for you to act. I want to leave you with these words tonight. Don't be foolish to think that you can run away from God's calling. God will find you one way or another, just as He found Jonah. Don't be foolish to think that you can't be used. Whatever your place is in life, God can use you. Be readily available, because God may use you to do what others are even afraid to consider tonight. Don't be foolish to think that the position you are in tonight is by coincidence, because it is by divine orchestration of the Almighty. Just as God acted on your behalf on the cross, will you act on His behalf? Are you ready to say, "Here I am, Lord, for such a time as this, to act on God's behalf"? Will you do it tonight?